The 1980s were a fantastic time to be a LEGO fan. The decade saw the rise of LEGO Castle, as well as the continuation of classic space. But before the decade came to an end, LEGO made a major move that would impact the company forever, as in 1989, the world was introduced to LEGO Pirates. From 1989 to 1997, LEGO Pirates held its own against Castle, Space, and Town. And while the theme may have not been the biggest, it's a fantastic theme that deserves more respect. Today on LEGO Pirates Retrospect, we'll be looking at the early days of LEGO Pirates, specifically the sets released in 1989 and 1991. The first sets were almost all designed by Niels Milan Petersen, a designer that's still with LEGO, who many consider to be the father of LEGO Pirates. These 15 sets saw a band of 18th century pirates, led by Captain Redbeard, take on the Imperial soldiers, who were under the leadership of Governor Broadside and his trusty second-in-command, Lieutenant de Martinet. The Imperial soldiers had discovered and ultimately taken the doubloons Redbeard's crew had been searching for years, as the Spanish gold coins belonged to the pirates' ancestors, and this obviously troubled them. Thus began a back-and-forth war between the two factions that fans were invited to participate in with their purchase of any of the first 15 LEGO Pirate sets. While the comic was released alongside the sets in 1989, it's quite rare. And with so many of these classic LEGO themes, the lore is messy, so apologies for any mistakes. The Imperial soldiers, the protectors of the Caribbean, were based off of the French Navy and Marines of the colonial era with their blue uniforms. In addition, their flag is based on the flag of Quebec. All Imperial soldiers had white legs and wore blue coats. Those in charge wore gold epaulets, while normal soldiers wore red epaulets. The infantry had backpacks and high hats, known as shakos, while sailors had tricorn hats. Between Sabre Island, Broadside's Brig, Lagoon Lockup, and the impressive El Dorado Fortress, the Imperial soldiers had a tiny but mighty network of small forts and mini prisons. All four builds contain the same color scheme, white and yellow walls, with hints of red brick. The white obviously complements the white in the uniforms of the Imperial soldiers, and with the white, the yellow creates a simple yet elegant color scheme. Unlike the pirates with their plethora of small ships and rafts, the Imperial soldiers only had one proper ship, that being the Caribbean Clipper, also known as the Seahawk, which, while better than nothing, paled in comparison to the Black Sea's Barracuda. The Black Sea's Barracuda, the crown jewel of the pirate fleet, was a much more impressive ship, and this was in fact the first LEGO pirate ship ever created, and it set the bar for what fans expect when receiving a LEGO pirate ship, as almost all LEGO pirate ships share common resemblances with this build, whether that be with the size, general shape, inclusion of not one, not three, but two masts, or even the addition of a captain's cabin. LEGO does not often deviate from the original design created by Niels Milan Petersen, and for good reason. There's really nothing that needs to be changed. Also, the pirates weren't exclusively on the waters, as in addition to a tiny defense on Shipwreck Island, they also took refuge on the Forbidden Island as well as Rock Island. Unlike the Imperial soldiers with their elegant network of small bases, the pirates were working with shipwrecks. Nothing too special. These 15 sets released in 1989 and 1991 had a profound impact on the LEGO group, as they set the bar for what fans expected in later pirate themes, while also producing some of the most iconic LEGO sets to date. Of course, the Black Sea's Barracuda needs no introduction. In addition to being the first LEGO pirate ship, it was remade in 2020 under Ideas, and is, in my opinion, at least partially responsible for the LEGO Group's new interest in remaking classic LEGO sets. On the topic of remakes, it sounds like a new El Dorado Fortress may be coming soon, and that too proves how important and special the initial wave of pirates was. Remakes similar to Castaway's Raft, while simple, have become a staple in every pirate theme since. Furthermore, while it may not seem important, I think the inclusion of the Imperial soldiers was one of the best decisions LEGO made. LEGO could have very easily made pirate sets by themselves, but the addition of an opposing side gave Pirates another dimension that I believe helped it succeed. Sure, for modern pirate themes, LEGO isn't creating as many Imperial sets, but they still are included nonetheless, and I'm glad that's the case. These sets also gave us the first monkey, parrot, and shark molds, as well as the first LEGO firearms. Fun fact, the monkey included in these sets is named Spinoza, while the parrot is named Popsy, and yes, they stayed by Redbeard's side throughout all of LEGO Pirates' initial 9-year run. On the topic of characters, only a couple of Redbeard's pirate crew had names. The Desert Island set included Flash Fork. Renegade's Raft is one of 5 sets that gave fans first mate Rummy. The pirate comic included a younger bosun Will, and Anne was the only female pirate in the Black Sea's Barracuda. Unlike Captain Redbeard though, these names and characters aren't too important, as it's easy to get them confused. For example, while First Mate Rummy does appear in the Black Sea's Barracuda, there's one other pirate that looks just like him, as other than a different tricorn hat and different legs, the characters are indistinguishable. Meanwhile, one of the other 4 almost identical pirates included in the Barracuda also has the name Bosun Will. Are there 2 Bosun Wills? Did the younger one grow up? Is the pirate comic a prequel? What's going on? It's evident that Spanish gold isn't the only thing some of these pirates are stealing. There's identity theft going on here too. The reuse of faces and minimal changes to articles of clothing is really the only gripe I have with the first pirate sets. But at the same time, it's a minor flaw I'm more than willing to overlook. Pirates played a major role in the evolution of printing, as it was the first theme to introduce minifigures without the standard smiley face. Yes, all of these figures are still smiling, which leads me to believe they just printed over smiley face heads. This was a huge step in the right direction, but that's it. This is the only gripe I have. These 15 sets are perfect. I love the plethora of Imperial Soldier sets, as well as the lineup of pirate builds. I think an issue that's present, at least for modern pirate themes, is that LEGO shies away from making as many Imperial sets, just as they forget to make the pirates a land base. Of course, times have changed. LEGO can only release so many sets at so many price points. So while it may be frustrating, it is understandable. But these first waves did not have that problem. And boy, were those fans that had a chance to pick up these sets lucky. And before I wrap up today's video, how about those base plates? Fans received base plates in all shapes, sizes, and prints, and boy, do they add a lot to these builds. Without a doubt, I think the Eldorado Fortress has the best base plate. But regardless, the base plates released in 5 of these sets all elevated their respective builds. Thank you for watching the first episode of LEGO Pirates Retrospect. On the next episode, we'll be talking about the Imperial Guard as well as the Islanders, as we make our way into the early and mid 1990s.